Bueno, un minuto más y arrancamos. Bueno, do we have people that only speaks in English here?
Yes.
Okay, we have a few. So it's great to have you and welcome. Tenemos gente que habla inglés y gente que habla español, así que vamos a trabajar hoy en inglés y en español. Lo vamos a tratar de resumir y vamos a tratar de cuidar que todos puedan entender. So we have English-speaking people here and Spanish-speaking people, and we will use both language today so everybody can understand and join and feel part of this gathering. So voy a empezar en inglés. I will start in English. My name is Alan, and I have created this space of Saturdays for Connect because we are connecting all the time via Zoom, in meetings with our businesses, with our families, with many, many things outside of ourselves. And this Saturdays for Connect has been thought for connecting with ourselves, not outside ourselves, but with ourselves. So despite we are using Zoom, and the topic of today is an appointment with yourself, we have our agenda full of meetings and gatherings with others. But this is an appointment for ourselves. So it is very important that you gift yourself with this time for yourself. So digo, me llamo Alan y creé estos espacios de sábados para conectar porque estamos sobreconectados con el mundo exterior, con nuestros trabajos, familiares, amigos y distintas cuestiones. Y muchas veces tanta conexión con el afuera nos hace perdernos la posibilidad de conectarnos con nosotros mismos. Por eso la charla de hoy se llama un appointment con, no sé cómo se dice, con mí mismo sería, conmigo mismo, no sé cómo se dice, cómo se diga. Y creo que es muy importante en este momento de pandemia, donde todo lo exterior se está transformando a una velocidad exponencial y se está cayendo y se está reinventando, que nosotros estemos bien plantados con nosotros. So it is very important that at this pandemic time that we are living, where everything outside is being changed exponentially and transformed, and some things disappear and new things must be created, that we are well-based with our own self for facing what is going on outside. We cannot hold our life from what is outside of us. We need to come inside of us to hold ourselves, and from then to contemplate, and from then to recreate our own path in this life. So today we have with us a good friend of mine, who's Nithya Shanti. I met him several years ago, and he's now in India, in Pune, so it's 8:30 p.m. there. So thank you, Nithya, for being with us today. Nithya has been in the corporate life 4 months. So long experience. And then he has been 6 years studying as a monk, and 5 years living in the forest. And he's today with us, and I'm very, very honored to have him today with us. And he will share this exercise, this workshop, which is called An Appointment with Yourself. A Nithya lo conocí hace muchos años. Nithya tuvo un corto pasaje por la vida corporativa de solo 4 meses o 5 meses, y después se fue a estudiar monje. Estuvo 6 años en Tailandia y Sri Lanka, de los cuales 5 años estuvo viviendo en el bosque, en el forest, alejado, en silencio. Y básicamente hoy Nithya, que es un maestro espiritual respetado internacionalmente y líder de seminarios, nos va a compartir un ejercicio que es una cita con nosotros mismos. y el objetivo es liberar nuestras limitaciones y poder despertar el potencial latente que tenemos para tener una vida plena y equilibrada. So the main objective today is to have Nithya help us facilitating our shift, a little bit shift in consciousness, to liberate our limitations and hopefully to get the potential that we already have inside ourselves to have an equilibrated and beautiful life. So I work with business leaders and political leaders and social leaders in Argentina and in the world, creating different experience. I also represent Renaissance Executive Forums in Argentina, and I appreciate that Lean In, an organization who empowers women, is also supporting and being a companion during these events of Saturdays. So trabajo en Executive Forums y ayudo o genero espacios para líderes empresarios, políticos, sociales, académicos, militares, sindicales, para que estén bien, tanto de la Argentina como de la región. Y hoy nos acompaña también la organización Lean In, que empodera mujeres en todo el mundo. Y bueno, es un placer estar con todos ustedes. Bueno, me tomó 2 minutos más esta doble introducción. So, Nithya, now the floor is yours. And thank you very, very much for being with us today. And thank you.
Thank you, Alan. And it is really a pleasure to be here with all of you. I'm feeling really happy seeing all your faces. And I think this is going to be a session that you'll all connect with. It'll be meaningful for you because it's an opportunity, like Alan said, for you to connect with yourself in a way that's different from some of the ways that we've learned. Perhaps you've learned some ways, but today's way is a little different. Should I give you little gaps to translate, Alan? Is that
yes,
good?
I will translate very short, pero es una gran oportunidad. Estoy muy contento de estar con todos ustedes y de compartir esta experiencia con ustedes. Creo que va a ser una oportunidad de conectarse con ustedes mismos, cada uno con sí mismo, diferente. Y espero que la aprovechen.
So I've been on a path of trying to live more consciously from the age of 16. I won't tell you my age now, you have to guess. And I've been at this for a while. And out of all the things I've learned, what I'm going to share with you today is one of my favorites.
Bien, traté desde los 16 años de vivir más consciente. No les voy a contar cuántos años tengo, van a tener que adivinar. And what was the last part? Sorry, Nithya.
It's one of my favorite things I'm going to be sharing today.
Y lo que les voy a compartir hoy de todos estos trabajos que hice es una de mis herramientas favoritas.
A quick story about how this process came about. Begins with...
No, you go ahead.
So it begins with a person called Vijay Ishwaran, who grew up in a family where his grandfather insisted the first hour of the day has to be in silence. No one's allowed to talk for the first hour of the day.
Okay. Cortito, esto surge de una persona que se llama Vijay Ishwaran, donde el abuelo le decía que la primera hora de cada día de la mañana tenía que ser en silencio.
And as he was growing up, every morning they spent an hour in silence in the whole family, but he didn't really understand the value of it until much later in his life. He went to study in a university in England, and after graduating, he decided to travel around Europe. You want to translate that much?
Sí. Él lo hacía, pero no lo entendió hasta después de graduado, que se graduó en Londres, o sea que le llevó muchos años recién darse cuenta del valor que tenía esto, y después de graduado empezó a viajar por el mundo.
So when traveling in Europe, he came to a very beautiful monastery, a Franciscan monastery, and in this monastery, the monks had taken a vow of silence, so they were not talking inside, they were not talking at all. And he liked it so much, he said, I want to stay here. So he asked the monks, can I stay here? And they said, you can stay here, but you have to stay for 2 months, and you're not allowed to talk.
Bueno, empezó a viajar y dentro de los viajes se encontró en un monasterio franciscano y vio que hacían silencio y le gustó y le preguntó si se podía quedar en el monasterio y los monjes franciscanos le dijeron que sí, pero que si se quedaba se tenía que quedar por 2 meses.
So he spent 2 months over there in silence, and he reconnected with the power of silence because he'd forgotten that. As a child, he would do it in the home, but sometimes when we are forced to do things, we don't know the value of it. But he realized there's tremendous power in silence. And he said, how do I keep this silence as I go back to my normal life?
Claro, durante esos 2 meses se reconectó fuertemente con el silencio y eso le hizo recordar sus años de infancia, donde su abuelo le decía que tenía que empezar cada día con silencio, y ahí se dio cuenta de lo poderoso que es el silencio, que a veces cuando te obligan a hacer algo no le encontrás el valor. Es como que él le encontró el valor fuera de la bajada de línea del abuelo.
So he created a 1-hour practice of structured silence, which is what we're going to be doing today. And in this hour of silence, there are different parts to it. So the first 10 minutes, you reflect on what happened yesterday. You think about what happened yesterday and you write down anything you remember from yesterday, some learning, something that happened, anything. And if you're not getting anything, you just be quiet. And if something comes, you write it down. If nothing is coming, just be quiet. So first 10 minutes is yesterday.
So, este va a ser un ejercicio de 1 hora, donde los primeros 10 minutos van a estar enfocados en recordar lo que hicimos el día de ayer. Todo lo que se nos acordemos que hicimos el día de ayer, y lo vamos a escribir. Y si no nos acordamos de nada de lo que hicimos ayer, nos quedamos quiet, nos quedamos tranquilos, sin hacer nada.
Next 10 minutes, you think about today. So what are the important things for today, right? What needs to be done today? It could be some to-do items to be done today. It could be some, not only what you do today, but how you do it. What attitude do you bring to it? So you ask yourself, what's important today? What's valuable today? If today was an important day of my life, the only day of my life, how would I spend it? So you focus on today. And again, you write as much as you can. If nothing is coming, you wait in silence. If something else may come, you write it down. And like this 10 full minutes thinking about today.
Ok, el otro, la segunda, le voy a pedir, alguien tiene el micrófono prendido. La segunda parte son 10 minutos sobre el hoy. ¿Qué cosas quiero hacer hoy? Pero no solo qué voy a hacer, qué cosas, sino con qué actitud voy a estar haciendo las cosas hoy. Y todo lo que me venga a la cabeza lo voy escribiendo. Y también pensar, si hoy fuera mi último día, ¿no? También ¿qué cosas no debería dejar de hacer hoy o con qué actitud debería vivir este día hoy? Y todo lo que emerja lo voy anotando.
And then the next 10 minutes you spend on tomorrow. And tomorrow includes the day tomorrow, the week tomorrow. It could be months and years ahead. It could be short term, medium term, and long term. And 10 minutes thinking about your vision and your goals. And you write them down again. What is my vision? What are my goals? And you may even repeat these day by day, but you'll refine them and you'll come to more clarity. What is it that's important in my life? So 10 minutes for tomorrow is the third part.
La tercera parte son los 10 minutos del mañana. Y el mañana no es mañana domingo, para los que estamos en sábado, sino puede ser mañana domingo, puede ser mañana la semana que viene, el lunes, el martes, puede ser el mes que viene, puede ser durante este año, puede ser los próximos 5 años o los próximos 10 años. Ustedes pónganle el momento al mañana, pero todo lo que les venga a la cabeza como la visión de las cosas que quieren hacer mañana o a partir de mañana hacia adelante, las van anotando en esa tercera parte que son 10 minutos más.
And so the first 3 parts, 10, 10, 10, it's called the path of duty. And this is your duty in life. Your duty in life is to learn from yourself. So learn from what happened yesterday. If you don't learn, you'll repeat the same mistakes. Be clear about today, otherwise you'll waste today. And have some sense of priority for tomorrow. Otherwise, you'll just be wandering aimlessly in your life. So it's called the path of duty, 10, 10, 10, yesterday, today, and tomorrow.
Ok. Estos primeros 30 minutos, que es ayer, hoy y mañana, se llama la sección del duty, de las cosas que tengo que hacer. Y lo que nos vamos a enfocar es en el aprendizaje. Tenemos que aprender de nosotros. Vamos a invertir este tiempo para aprender de nosotros, para ver qué nos pasa con esto y para poder también priorizar cuáles son las cosas más importantes que tenemos que hacer.
Then you spend 15 minutes reading something inspiring. You can take any book that you like, and you read it for 15 minutes. And then you'll stop, and for 5 minutes from memory, you'll write down, what did I remember from what I just read? And very often you don't remember everything, you only remember a small amount. As much as you remember, you write down, and then you can go and check, what did I forget? So 15 minutes reading, 5 minutes summarizing. It's called the path of knowledge. It's got two parts, 15 and 5, path of knowledge.
Okay. La segunda parte son 15 minutos de lectura. Deberían tener algún material de lectura inspiradora cerca. Si no lo tienen, nosotros les vamos a poner en la pantalla algunos textos para que puedan leer, pero si alguno de ustedes ya tiene un texto, lo puede tener a mano, porque vamos a hacer 15 minutos de lectura. Valeria, I don't know sorry, but there are only 100 participants. Sí. They are telling me that there is a lot of people that wants to come in. Do you know what's going on?
Estoy viendo eso, Alan.
Okay.
Do you have a limit of 100 in your meeting, or what is?
No, we have for 1,000 people, and we have 250 people in this room, and I see only 100. So it seems that there is people that is not. I don't know, but
okay. Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Alan, sorry, I can share the books in the chat.
Yeah, please share the books, because
some of share the books.
We'll give you some books to read.
Okay, for the ones who don't have books, we will share some books.
All right, and the last part of this practice is 10 minutes of receptive silence. You just sit quietly and you wait for inspiration to come. Some inspiration will come, some idea will come, you write it down. One more way to use this is you ask a question. You're feeling stuck in life. You know, you're having a relationship problem, you're having a problem with your boss, you're having a problem, you don't know what next step to take in life. So you write down a very clear question, what is the next step for me? And then you wait in silence for 10 minutes. And so there are two parts, two ways to use the last part, just wait in silence or ask a question and wait in silence. And then you get an answer, you write it down. It's called receptive silence. It's called the path of devotion.
Okay, la última parte se llama la parte de la devoción o silencio receptivo y van a ser 10 minutos donde me quedo en silencio y veo qué me viene y lo que me viene lo anoto, y si tengo alguna pregunta que quiero hacerme o me surge o tengo algún problema con alguna relación o con alguna persona o con algún tema, puedo también en este momento anotar la pregunta, simplemente anotar la pregunta que tengo.
And that's it. That's a 1-hour practice. You're supposed to do it every day. Vijay Ishwaran recommends you try it for a minimum of 21 days before you decide if you like it or not. Because sometimes some people love it the first time, some people aren't sure. He said you got to give it some time for it to develop. And I have met people who've learned it once. I know one person, he has been practicing this for the last 7 years. He's not missed even a single day. He does it every single day. And he said it is the biggest power in his life. So I'm going to guide you through the practice today. Today we have a little less than an hour. So we're going to keep each section a little bit smaller, but doesn't matter. You learn the practice. Normally it is 10, 10, 10, 15, 5, and 10. So 10 minutes yesterday, 10 minutes today, 10 minutes tomorrow, 15 minutes reading, 5 minutes summarizing, and 10 minutes of receptive silence.
Bueno, esto habría que hacerlo 21 días para poder entenderlo y para poder valorarlo. Él conoce gente que ya durante 7 años lo hace y básicamente el resumen es 1 hora en silencio, que son 10 minutos del ayer, 10 minutos del hoy, 10 minutos del mañana. Esa es la parte de duty. Y después tenemos la parte de lectura de 15 minutos y la parte de receptive silence de 10 minutos.
So, unless there are any questions, I'm going to start now. And if you have any questions, put them in the chat, and either Alan or I will reply to the questions. I'm going to ring my bell, and then for the first few minutes, I'll keep reminding you what to do, so don't worry about that. Reflect on yesterday, then today, then tomorrow, and so on. It'll be a little less than the normal time that I told you because we have a little less time, but nevertheless, it's going to go very deep. And anything else I want to say?
Si hay alguna pregunta, escríbanla en el chat. Él va a manejar los tiempos, tiene ahí un sonido. Lo vamos a hacer un poquito más corto que de costumbre para respetar el tiempo de todos ustedes, pero por lo menos para poder hacer esta primera experiencia juntos.
And the last thing I'll say is it is a silent practice. So you're not allowed to talk. So no talking and no checking your phone, no checking messages. So really, this is your appointment with yourself. And you're not allowed to just give this time just for yourself. So please don't do anything else. Otherwise, you will miss the real power of this practice.
Les doy un consejo, un pedido, es dejen los teléfonos, estén ustedes con ustedes en silencio, traten de no distraerse con nada, porque el verdadero valor de esta actividad lo van a sentir si realmente se conectan con ustedes en este rato. No se distraigan con nada del mundo exterior.
I'm going to be keeping time for all of you. Let's start. Reflecting on yesterday.
Empezamos reflexionando sobre ayer.
And we're going to focus on today, what's important for today, both in terms of activities as well as attitudes, what's important today.
Vamos a enfocarnos en el hoy, no solo en las actividades que queremos hacer hoy, sino con qué actitud queremos hacer las cosas que queremos hacer hoy.
And let's focus on tomorrow. Tomorrow includes the day tomorrow, the week tomorrow, also the upcoming year. And you can go as long term as you like. So short term, medium term, long term. But what's coming up for you? So write down whatever you like for the next few minutes.
Ahora vamos con mañana. El día de mañana puede ser la semana, puede ser el año, pueden ir tan lejos como tengan ganas. Y también pueden poner que no solo que van a recibir ustedes haciendo lo que quieren hacer mañana, sino también cuál va a ser el beneficio para otros.
So now we're going to be reading. So you can take your book, or we've sent you some file. If you don't have a book, you can use those files. And I'd like you to read for the next few minutes. And read in a special way. Read in a way that you ask yourself, how can I apply this in my life? Is it something useful to me? Is it something inspiring to me? With that kind of attitude, you read. So we prefer if you read something inspiring or uplifting.
Bueno, este es el momento de la lectura, así que tengan a mano su libro, lo que ojalá sea algo inspirador. Y cuando lo lean, lo que lean, si los inspira, piensen cómo puedo aplicar esto en mi vida, cómo esto me impacta, cómo puedo tomar de esto que estoy leyendo. No solamente leerlo para leerlo, sino ver qué puedo tomar de lo que leo. Si no llegan a tener un libro, nosotros pusimos en el chat 3 files con lecturas en inglés y en castellano para que puedan elegir si no tienen un libro a mano que quieran leer. So if you don't have a book next to you, we have put in the chat 3 files with different books in English and Spanish, where you can, those are long books, but you can jump into where you want and read from there.
So please take a few minutes to summarize from memory what you read. Do as much as you can from memory, and then if you need to look back at the book, you can. So a few minutes summarizing from memory what you read.
Ahora dediquen unos minutos a resumir desde la cabeza lo que recuerdan de lo que leyeron. No, traten de no volver a leerlo, sino simplemente lo que les quedó de lo que fueron leyendo.
And now we will practice receptive silence. So 2 ways to do this. One is you just enjoy silence, just be with yourself. And if some inspiration is coming, some thought is coming, write it down. And the other is you ask a question, some question about something you're confused about, something you want clarity about. You ask a question, how can I do this? Or how can I get clarity on this? What are the next steps for this? And then again, you get into silence, you just wait. Don't think actively, just wait. And if something comes, write it down. Receptive silence.
Bien, ahora vamos a hacer lo que se llama silencio receptivo. Y hay 2 formas de hacerlo. La primera es simplemente estar en silencio y disfrutar el silencio. Si aparece algún pensamiento, puedo escribirlo. Y si no, simplemente quedarme en silencio. Y la segunda forma es, si tengo alguna pregunta que me estoy haciendo en la vida, de alguna cosa, o de algún tema, o de alguna relación, simplemente escribir la pregunta y entrar en silencio. Y si hay algo que viene, después lo puedo anotar.
So that concludes our practice of the appointment with yourself, which is also called In the Sphere of Silence, where we spent 10 minutes. Today we did a little shorter, but normally it's 10 minutes yesterday, 10 minutes today, 10 minutes tomorrow, 15 minutes reading, 5 minutes summarizing, and then 10 minutes of receptive silence. It's a nice way to spend time, quality time with yourself. And to complete the story I began with, Vijay Ishwaran went on from that European tour, and he went on to live in Indonesia. And he's one of the top entrepreneurs of Indonesia. And he's, I don't know what, maybe $300 million. And he says he credits his success to this practice. He says the success, his big ideas come from this practice because he learns from his mistakes and he focuses on today and he had a clear vision for tomorrow. So he says, when I teach leadership, I teach this practice. So it's a great example of balancing inner life, spiritual life with outer goals and outer accomplishment. And not every one of us will be interested in meditation, but a practice like this can help us reconnect, find some quietude, have a direction in our life, learn something new, and get answers from inside.
Con esto culminamos nuestra cita con nosotros mismos. Este ejercicio se llama En la esfera del silencio y fueron 10 minutos dedicados al ayer, 10 al hoy, 10 al mañana. Después tuvimos tiempo dedicado a la lectura y tiempo a la reflexión y el silencio. Y para terminar con la historia que yo les contaba al principio, este señor que se llama Vijay Eswaran, hoy vive en Indonesia, es una persona muy exitosa y él dice que el éxito y la mayor inspiración, las mayores inspiraciones han venido de este proceso, de este ejercicio, y que no necesariamente es necesario meditar, que solamente con este ejercicio se puede conectar uno con uno mismo, con su parte y contacto espiritual y con los desafíos que hay también hacia afuera.
All right, so with that, I'm feeling quite complete. I know we've completed an hour. If some of you have to leave, that's fine. If you want to stay on for a bit, I'm here. If you want to ask any questions, if you want to share your experience, I'm happy to do that. And I think Maria has a little song for us as well, maybe, yeah? And we can see, Alan, if you want to do that, what you can decide.
Yeah, estamos en horario, dentro de la hora. Muchas gracias, Nithya. So thank you very much, Nithya, for guiding us today. Nithya said that if you have questions, he's happy to answer. And we also have Maria, who's here with us, always being our companion for our closing with some music. So maybe if there is any question first, you can write it in the chat. I know there were a few questions at the beginning, Nithya. I don't know if you saw those.
I tried to answer. Somebody was asking, do we have to write it down? Yeah, so this is a writing meditation. So you do write things down. When nothing is coming, you just stay quiet. But if something is coming, you write it down. Yeah, very much. That was one question I saw. Any other questions? You can also just unmute yourself and ask a question. I think it's fine. That was one question.
Si quieren escribir, tuvo escritura, si tienen alguna pregunta y la quieren escribir, si viene algo, y si no, está todo más que bien. Pero si alguno tiene alguna pregunta y la quiere escribir, o la quiere decir a viva voz, o si no, si alguno se tiene que ir, también puede despedirse en silencio.
There's some question here about, could you please give us some tips?
Sorry.
Yeah, go ahead.
My question is, how can I stay, I'm sorry, I'm nervous. How can I be like in peace or not anxious when I think about the future? Like I was writing about the future, and I was like, no, I don't know. Yes, como que mi mente se pone con incertidumbre y me pongo ansiosa.
Beautiful, lovely question. So I would say, first of all, let's not use this to feel a special way. You know, if we feel anxious, we feel anxious. That's also beautiful. Our journey, sometime in life, you're going to feel anxious. So just notice, today I'm feeling anxious. Maybe tomorrow you'll feel a little less anxious, or maybe you'll feel more anxious. So I think the real spirituality is to feel what we are feeling. Otherwise it becomes about, oh, I want to be peaceful, although this is always going to make me peaceful. No, it doesn't always make. Some days it makes you confused. Some days it makes you peaceful. Some days it makes you excited. Some days you feel dull. When will it finish? And that's normal, and that's the way it should be. So I would say it's okay to feel what you're feeling, and use that last 10 minutes to just say, you know, like, for example, how can I take positive steps towards my future that reduce my anxiety, and wait in silence. And you'll get some clear idea. Like, contact that friend, or read that book, or do that project, complete that project you've begun. You're going to get some idea. It's not like you have no idea. The problem is we have too many ideas and they're floating around. We're getting all confused, right? So you take up something and start moving, and that gives you a sense of clarity. That gives you a sense of direction. So I think this is, like I said, it's an appointment with yourself. We didn't say it's an appointment for peace. You may be peaceful, you may not be peaceful. Like when you meet a good friend, some days the friend is very happy, wonderful. Some days the friend is very unhappy, and you still meet the friend and you give space to the friend. So you're giving space to yourself. And if anxiety is coming, it's a very healthy thing. Give it space.
Básicamente lo que decía Nithya, que este no es un ejercicio para estar en paz, es simplemente para conectarnos con lo que nos pasa. Y si sentimos ansiedad, tenemos que recibir la ansiedad, y una de las cosas que podés hacer, Micaela, es cuando preparo mi futuro, que es cuando vos decías que te venía la ansiedad, decir, bueno, ¿qué 3 cosas puedo hacer para bajar mi ansiedad? Tal vez es una lectura, tal vez es alguna otra cosa, y esperar en silencio a ver qué es lo que viene. Pero este no es un ejercicio para estar en paz, es un ejercicio para conectarnos con cómo estamos y aprender de cómo estamos, y desde ahí construir.
Alan?
Sí, Ángela.
This is Angela. I had asked a question a while ago, and I wanted to ask Nithya, could you please give us some tips as how to reconnect? I don't have much experience in meditation or in being silent, and my mind tends to fly away. I have so many thoughts at the same time.
I think you're the only person here who has that problem. I don't think anybody else here has that problem. So the thing is that is the human condition. And what I will keep it very simple. Throughout the day, find an opportunity to be aware of one breath throughout the day, right? One breath. So feel the in-breath and feel the out-breath. And enjoy that one breath. Really enjoy the one breath. You know, when you walk in a museum, you'll see many paintings, many sculptures. You'll not spend equal amount of time on all. You'll spend more time with some paintings and less time with some paintings. So I say, why do you spend more with some, less with some? Because I liked one painting more. If you like it more, like I've got a painting above my head. Nice painting. This was a collaborative painting. Many people painted it together. So it came out like this. So if you like a painting, you will stay with it for longer. And if you don't like a painting, you'll walk on. Now, how do you meditate? You decide to like the present moment. Your thinking has to be higher than how you're feeling. And so you say, I choose to like the present. I choose to enjoy the present. Even if it's uncomfortable, I choose, like with exercise. Exercise is not always pleasant, but I choose to enjoy it. I choose to like it. And like this, I choose to enjoy one breath, one mindful breath. And that might become 2 breaths. It might become a minute of breathing. And so you choose to enjoy what you're doing. You choose to like what you're doing. Or you can use a simple mantra. I use a mantra, thank you. Throughout the day, thank you, thank you, thank you. There's a nice word in Japanese, arigato, arigato. So throughout the day, you say arigato, arigato, arigato. Keep saying thank you, thank you, thank you. So keep enjoying whatever's happening. Enjoy your breath. Enjoy the moment. And so without getting into a very complicated system of meditation, very simple, and naturally your life starts becoming meditative. You start enjoying whatever happens. You keep saying how wonderful. You keep saying thank you. You keep saying arigato. Right? And like this, life becomes beautiful. So start there, I'd say.
Preguntaba Angelita, mi amiga de Colombia, ¿cómo hago para para frenar cuando estoy todo el día ¿cómo me conecto con esto? Yo no medito y cómo me conecto con esto. Y lo que Nithya decía es tratar de conectarte con al menos una respiración en el día, una sola. Respira hondo y sentila y disfrutala y conectate con ese momento presente. Y qué bueno ese momento presente, solo eso. Dice que cuando vos vas a un museo donde está lleno de obras de arte, no le dedicás el mismo tiempo a todas las obras de arte. Por ahí alguna te resulta inspiradora y con esa te quedás. Entonces, quédate con ese momento. Y dice que el thinking, el pensamiento, tiene que estar por encima de lo que siento. Bueno, algo así. This is my question. Can we do this anytime on the day or is better in the morning?
Yeah, this is a
¿Podemos hacer esto en cualquier momento del día o es mejor en la mañana?
So, two options. You do it in the morning for the whole day, or you do it in the evening. But if you do it in the evening, one thing changes. Instead of yesterday, today, tomorrow, it becomes today, tomorrow, and day after. You see? Because you're at the evening. So if it's in the evening, you'll reflect on what happened today. So the whole since morning till now, what did you learn? And then tomorrow, what am I going to do? And then the coming up, that's your future, right? So that's the only change that happens. But you could do it in the morning or you could do it in the evening. I prefer doing it in the morning, but you could do it in the evening as well.
Esto se puede hacer en la mañana o en la tarde. La única diferencia es que si lo haces a la tarde, tu día de ayer, qué pasó ayer, se transforma en qué pasó hoy, porque ya pasó el día de hoy. Entonces no pensás en ayer, sino qué pasó hoy, qué va a pasar mañana y qué va a pasar a futuro. Que él lo hace en las mañanas, pero que se puede hacer por la tarde también. A ver, I'm seeing if there is any other question not answered.
Somebody's asking me to recommend a book. I can recommend a book by one of my teachers. Everyone I've recommended this book to loves this book. I'm going to type it out. It's called Who Ordered This Truckload of Dung by Ajahn Brahm. It's a book of stories. I used to be a monk, so this was one of my teachers. And he wrote this book of stories, which is everyone loves this book. So get this book, you'll love it. That's a good book to have.
You put it in the chat, Nithya?
Put it in the chat, yeah. Who Ordered This Truckload of Dung?
Ah, ahí está. En el chat Nithya puso el nombre de un libro. Alguien le pidió que le recomiende un libro. Este es un libro de un maestro de él que dice que le gusta a casi toda la gente que lo lee, con historias. Se llama Who Ordered This Truckload of Dung, de Ajahn Brahm.
I can tell you the quick story about this book because the name of the book is funny. So the story is you come home and on your front door, you see a big pile of dung. You're like, oh my goodness, cow dung, really smelly, really bad. And you're like, what is this dung? Where did it come from? And you only know two things about the dung. One, it's really smelly. And two, you did not order it. So where did this come from? Alan, you can translate so much.
So I missed the last point.
You come home and you find on your front door, in front of your door, there's a big pile of dung, cow dung. It's like, where did it come from? I didn't order it. Who ordered it? It's smelly and I didn't order it.
Dice que a veces llegas a tu casa y encontrás dung is what? Is garbage?
Cow dung is cow shit. Bullshit.
Bosta. Llegas a tu casa y hay una pila de bosta en la puerta y vos decís, ¿qué es esto? Yo no lo ordené, ¿quién lo ordenó?
So then you have two options. You can take the dung and fill your pockets. And everywhere you can go, you can say, look, somehow dung came in my life. Dung came in my life. You keep showing the dung to everybody. And if you do this, then all your friends, after a while, they stop talking to you. Because wherever you go, you keep complaining about the dung.
Dice que tenés entonces dos opciones. Una es agarrar toda la bosta y metértela en los bolsillos y salir a la calle y a todos los amigos y toda la gente que encontrás le decís, mirá, encontré esta bosta en mi casa, mirá cómo huele, qué sé yo. Dice que al cabo de un tiempo ya ningún amigo va a querer hablar con vos.
And the second option is you take a wheelbarrow and you put the dung in it and you take it to your backyard and you put it in your backyard. This is hard work and it doesn't always happen in one day. Sometimes it can take many, many days to clean out all that dung. You put it into your backyard.
Y si no tenés otra opción que que es agarrar toda esa pila de bosta y empezar a ponerla atrás de tu casa, de a poquito. Lleva un montón de tiempo, da un montón de trabajo y es un montón de esfuerzo, pero esa es la segunda opción.
And if you do the second option, then after a while, your garden is better than all your neighbors' gardens. And they say, how come your garden is so nice? You get all the flowers, you get all the bees, you get all the birds, all the fruits. We don't get such nice flowers. Why is your garden so nice?
Y al cabo de un tiempo, tu jardín va a empezar a florecer con lindas, con bellas flores, con pájaros, con cosas re lindas, y van a venir tus vecinos a decirte, che, ¿cómo es que vos tenés un jardín tan lindo acá atrás?
And you smile because you know everyone has got shit in their lives. What are you doing with the shit?
Y vos sonreís porque vos sabés que todos tenemos un poco de mierda en nuestras vidas, o bosta en nuestras vidas, y vos sabés qué es lo que hiciste con ella.
So the idea is we all have troubles in our life. Cow dung represents troubles. Unwanted, I did not order it. Unwanted health problem, unwanted financial problem, unwanted COVID-19 problem. Some problem has come from somewhere. Now what are you going to do with it? And we only admire those people who take that shit and convert it into fertilizer.
Sí, dice que en la vida estamos todo el tiempo llenos de problemas con el COVID, con el trabajo, con las relaciones, con un montón de cosas, y que lo importante es cómo trabajamos esas cosas y qué hacemos nosotros con esas cosas y cómo lo convertimos en cosas bonitas. A la gente que se admira es la que agarra la mierda y la transforma, para decirlo en castellano.
Beautiful. So that's the story. That's one of the stories in that book. And it's full of stories like this that remind us that we are all very strong and we should not give up so easily. And life can be really beautiful. And I think one of the best ways to learn is through stories. More than philosophies, through stories. Because that way it just touches our heart. Like the story, many of you were smiling. It just touches your heart. So stories are a fantastic way for us to learn life lessons.
Dice que estas son historias y que muchas veces es mucho más fácil aprender de las historias. Y nada, recomienda el libro y podemos seguramente tomar cosas bellas del mismo.
Veronica is asking, where can we find more about your workshops or exercises? I've recently made a new website which has all the information. So it's belucid.in. I can type it out. It's also on my name, but I'll type it out again. So you can, all the details are here. I have many different things which I'm doing these days. But all the details I share on this one website. Otherwise, you can find me on YouTube and other places.
Dice que lo pueden encontrar en YouTube y en otros lugares, y él tiene una página web que ahí la escribió, que se llama belucid.in de India, que pueden ver ahí. Y con Nithya estamos lanzando un programa juntos en septiembre, que también después cuando lo lancemos, acá está Guillermo, que también está participando, les vamos a contar. I'm talking them about the program we are creating for September also.
So, you know, Florencia is also asking about books, but honestly, let me tell you, what you've learned today is the best book, because the best book is the book of your own life. You see, we can keep on reading from me and other people, but those are not the best books. The best books is you take out time to read your own life. What happened yesterday? What am I going to do today? What am I going to focus on tomorrow? Then you read something inspiring, but don't just read it. We read too much and we forget it. Then ask, what did I learn? Didn't you see? You couldn't remember everything. You read for so many minutes, but you only remember a small amount. So some of the best thinkers in the world, they say, read twice. Don't read once, read twice. Because when you read once, you remembered 15%. When you read twice, you remember 80%. So we should actually read twice. Even if you don't read every single line, we tend to remember a lot more when you read a second time. So read less, but read twice, right? And so the best thing is in this practice, you're getting a chance to do that. You're reading it and you're reflecting on it. And like this, you will remember it a lot better.
Dicen que cuando que pueden leer un montón de libros y que te olvidas de muchas cosas, que ustedes estuvieron leyendo 15 minutos y cuando tuvieron que hacer un resumen, les queda más o menos el 15% de lo leído. Si leen 2 veces ya te queda el 80%, pero lo más importante es leer el libro de tu vida, que es un poco este trabajo que están haciendo ustedes. Ese es el libro más importante, el de tu propia vida.
Christian is very eager to know how old I am. So I'm going to honestly tell you I don't tell my age to anyone except the government.
Christian is from the government.
Because the thing is, this is a very powerful teaching. Because there are many things, and when you say 20, you feel a certain way. When you say 30, you feel a certain way. When you say 40, you feel a certain way. We have cultural ideas about age. And there are some cultures, there are places in the world called blue zones, where people tend to live to 100 and above. And they ask these people, you know, what is your age? Most of them don't remember their age, but they're above 100 years old. So there's a secret in this. If you want to live a long time and you want to live a happy time, forget about your age. Don't even think about your age. I don't wish people happy birthday. I say happy ageless day. Forget your age. Age is a concept. And with you say, oh, 30 means this, 40 means this, 50 means this. You start believing it. I've stopped believing it. So people have a hard time guessing my age. There's a range. People can't figure out, am I in the 20s? Am I in my 30s? Am I in my 40s? There's a big range, right? And that shows I don't believe my age. So people have a hard time guessing my age. So in fact, today also people were looking at my old photographs and they think, wow, you look different. You look younger than your old photographs from 10 years back. So it's fascinating. When you stop believing your age, I would tell you also, forget age. Why do you have to remember an age? Forget this number of an age. You will have a much happier life without your age. Live an ageless life.
Dice que tratemos de vivir una vida sin conectarnos con la edad, que la edad es un concepto. Dice que hay algunos lugares que los pueden googlear, se llaman Blue Zones, que son, creo que son 7 lugares en el mundo. Hace poco salió algún artículo, donde la gente muchas veces vive mucho más de 100 años y nadie recuerda su edad. Entonces, él recomienda no conectarse con la edad. De hecho, él dice que tiene fotos más viejas donde parece más viejo que hoy. Entonces, la edad no es importante, es un tema cultural. Que no le demos bola porque a veces, por creer que tengo 15, me preseteo de una manera, a los 30 de otra, a los 50 de otra, a los 70 de otra, a los 90 de otra. Entonces, saquemos el tema de la edad de nuestras vidas, el concepto. Y él dice que, no dice... what did you say? You don't say happy birthday, you say happy age.
Happy ageless day, happy ageless day. To remind people that they're ageless.
En vez de decir feliz cumpleaños, dice feliz día sin edad. Ageless. Es sin edad.
You know, it's true because the elements of your body is made of matter. These elements are as old as the universe. So why are you believing in age? The reality is your body is as old as the universe. Your body comes from exploding stars, right? So your body is ageless and your mind, the foundation of your mind is actually timeless. So truly you are ageless and you are timeless. So why not believe that? And it'll be true for you.
Entonces, creamos que nuestro cuerpo es sin edad y somos fruto del resultado del universo como toda la materia y somos eternos y entendamos que si ese es nuestro origen, ¿por qué nos vamos a aferrar a un no concepto de ageless, de eternidad sería, no sé, sin edad, de no tener edad? Saquemos el concepto cultural de la edad.
I have a question.
You should all get a happy ball or just any ball and just rub it on your heart. You'll feel happy. Throughout the day, keep rubbing it on your heart.
O pueden tener un happy ball y pasárselo por el corazón, así tienen un lindo día. So, one last question and then we close with the music of Maria.
Okay. Can I have a question?
Yes. Yeah, last question.
Thank you both of you very, very much. It's been really beautiful. Thank you so much. I might not be very clear with it because I don't have it very clear, but you mentioned when you were talking about meditation about somehow you said that thought is leading your feeling or something like that. And I understand why you say it. Because in a way it gives some sort of direction and way of leading. But very often I find myself, I'm a lot in silence and I live surrounded by woods.
So I'm very often in the woods. And being there, I have a lot of feelings that lead to thoughts. And I can't really distinguish if it's intuition, feeling, or what it is, but it's something that leads to thought and not in the reversed way. And I would like you to comment a little bit about that. And
so I completely agree with you, Eve. And I don't think I said feelings lead to thought or thoughts lead to feelings, because what I was saying was think higher than your feeling. In other words, your feeling is what your body is used to being. And this is the habit that you've developed. You have a certain set point of happiness, a certain set point of even of worry and anxiety. And that's how you're used to being. And if you keep reacting to your thinking all the time, you'll keep on generating that again and again and again. So you want to challenge yourself to think higher than what you're feeling, right? And this is how any great performer in any human person who's achieved great things has challenged themselves to think above what they're feeling. And of course, our thoughts are influenced by our feeling, and our feeling is influenced by our thoughts. But we can be more intentional about our thought than if I say, okay, right now, just become grateful. Chances are you can't just become grateful, but if you start thinking about the things you're grateful for, then in a few minutes, you'll start feeling really grateful. And then truly you can let go of the thoughts and just let the feeling build on the feeling. So usually it's faster for us to access a higher feeling thought. So ask yourself, what would be a better feeling thought in this situation? What would be at least a little bit better than what I'm currently feeling? And like this, step by step, you can raise yourself out of that. And truly, at the end of the day, we do want to be much more in tune with our feelings. Our feelings are giving us feedback all the time because we are living in our, like you said, the surroundings affect you, your people around you affect you, and definitely your perceptions around them also affect you. So like this, and eventually, ultimately, you actually even go beyond thought because there is an intelligence above thought, which is the reason we're doing this practice, the sphere of silence, is you access, there's an intelligence that is beyond thought. You can call it metacognition. It is that which is aware of thought. It is the awareness, right? And then that intelligence starts leading your life. Your thoughts start aligning, your feelings start aligning, your whole being starts aligning. You live a more natural, simple, beautiful life.
Yeah, okay.
So, thank you very much, Nithya. It's how wonderful to be here with you and with all these special guests. So you have made us an amazing experience, at least for myself. So I thank you deeply, and I look forward to continue in contact with you. Thank you very much.
Maybe, Alan, you can share, I've given you the summary of the sphere of silence. If you have everyone's email address a little later on, you can share that. That'll be a summary of what we've done today. And you see if that's possible.
Perfecto. Yo voy a compartir información sobre The Sphere of Silence que hicimos hoy, así lo pueden tener ya más en detalle y lo pueden hacer ustedes mismos. Así que de vuelta, muchas gracias a Nithya por haber estado hoy acá compartiendo su tiempo y su saber y su recorrido y su inspiración con todos nosotros, y muchas gracias a todos ustedes que se han sumado hoy al call. Gracias, Vale, por organizarlo, más allá del desliz que tuvimos con el software que dejó a algunos afuera. Acá vemos la importancia de llegar a tiempo. ¿Viste? En Suiza los trenes pasan por la estación y se van. Y la vida a veces pasan esas cosas. Así que nada que preocuparse. Habremos aprendido que hay trenes que a veces se van y que no nos esperan. Pero felicitaciones y gracias a todos que estuvieron acá. Y María, te dejo, ahora vos te podés desmutear, sigan todos muteados, ahí están saludando con deditos para arriba, y muchas gracias a todos. Que tengan una linda semana.
Gracias, padrísimo.
Muchas gracias.
Quiero dejar todas las palomas en el centro de tu alma y todo el cuerpo en tu piel. Que dejes de mirarme burlón.
Sí, ahí está, perdón, fui yo, sin querer.
There you are.
hacia el final. Quiero ser también dueña del cielo y un final depresivo que me enseña a volver. Quiero ser también dueña del cielo y un final depresivo que me enseña a volar, 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 volar.
Gracias, María. Abrimos los micrófonos para aplausos. Y dentro de 2 sábados volvemos en julio con el último encuentro de toda esta serie. Así que aplausos para María. Y para Nithya.
Para vos.
Gracias, gracias.
Gracias, Alan.
Muchas gracias.
Gracias,
Alan. Gracias, Nithya.
buenísimo.
Muchas gracias, Alan.